Good morning. It's the 6th of September. Sunday parade is here. Thank you for joining me on this bright and sunny day. Still hanging a little bit from last night. Sorry. A little bit more coffee will be working. How are you all on this lovely Sunday? A bit more of that nectar and I'll be fine. So, got quite a few things to go through today. Only going to be on for an hour or so. So it might be a little bit short. No, see how it goes. Depends how much you guys chat, etc. Oh, is that a segue? Let's go and have a look and see who is here. Dex Crafter is first in. Say good morning, Jane. Morning, Nat. How are you? Modeler Chucker, morning. Not ready. Morning, Lewis. Scaly Models, morning. Morning, Dad. You all right? How you doing, Mike? He's obviously getting some brewing, so that's good. Good to see. See who else is in. We've got Jacqueline Stevens. She's in. Good morning. She says, yes, I'm here. Just been out in the garden removing some of my old raspberry canes. Filled a green waste bin. So I'm back waiting. Oh, blimey. Gonna be busy. I've got some gardening to do today. Got to be done. Malcolm saying good morning, fair folk. Good morning, Malcolm. Obviously, Malcolm's just fresh from his delights from his morning live show himself for the Models for Heroes Modeller's Mess. It's easy to say, really, when you say it quickly. Loads of people saying good morning to everybody in the house. Chat. Lewis making some vague excuse up for why he wasn't up early. It's outrageous, really. But there you go. Nim's in the house. Oh, not that one. Nim is in the house saying good morning, everyone. Good morning, Nim. Quano Man Studios is good morning, freaky morning. Or good freaky morning. Morning, Quano Man. Hope you're well. And Thomas Charles in the house saying good morning again, Mr. Steve Jobs. No. Blue top, not black. Not Steve at the moment. I am me. So there you go. 19 people watching. Quite a few thumbs up. Thank you very much. Make sure you do the thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube Ujima Flip Didgeridoos and all the rest of it. And thank you very much for taking the time and trouble. If you don't like what you're watching, send me a message. Pop a message down. Say why you don't like it. There are no thumbs down, so you're obviously not bored quite yet. So we'll see. We'll see how we go. Anyway, yes. So today, as the title of the show suggests, we're going to be talking about dioramas today. We're going to head over to our Yen Models cart diorama, which is pretty much finished. We've just got a few bits and pieces of details to do, which we're going to do in a minute, and we're going to have a chat while I do it. And you can watch what I'm doing. And then I need to sort of ask your advice, really. God help me. There are a few options as to what we can do as of next week, etc. So we're going to go through those. I need to remind you, those for the mess, obviously. This month is the last month for our War Airfare group build. So make sure you put your models in and your models in your work in progress albums, as well as the reveal albums at the end of the month. So you've got approximately 3 weeks to go, just under 3 weeks to go. So I'm sure you've got plenty of time to finish off the bits and pieces you've been doing. Lots of entries this time around, so that's really good. And then obviously after September, we are into our last build of the year. Wow, hasn't that year gone quick? And of which our last group build is Sea Warfare. So we've got some plans. I've got some plans from bits and pieces. Hopefully you've got something in which you can use. And remember, it can be any scale, anything that was used in Sea Warfare. So it doesn't have to be a whole big boat. It could be something that was used within that. Obviously, you've got planes that were used for spotting U-boats, etc., etc. So that's all comes under the same umbrella. So the choices are quite a lot, actually. There's a lot of stuff out there in many different scales to have a play with. Anyway, enough of all that. Let us change the camera and we can go over to the bench and I can talk a little bit more about options, etc. What's coming up a little bit later on. So today, what we're going to do is we have our diorama. Unfortunately, I was a bit of a wally. I wanted to get the finished, but I haven't managed to do so. Here's our diorama. There is an app for this, James. Remember to use your app. And hopefully that will pop into focus. So there we go. We've got our two casualties. One with very serious wound and the other one holding him up, begging for help to get them out of the sticky situation they're in. And we've got a cart there, obviously, and our building, etc., etc. So what we're going to do is I just wanted to put a little bit of detail around here. Now, obviously, on the original box, if you remember, so long ago, on the original box, that was the picture that was on the box. So to get that, it came with its own little base, which you can see there's a helmet there and there's a rifle in the mud. But I didn't want to use that because it's being awkward as per usual. So we're going to use some of our bits and pieces from another model kit. I'm going to use some of this stuff to litter around them to put an extra little bit of detail in. Also, I wanted to add into here a little barrel of some description, and of course, in my haste to tidy up, I have tidied it away like a wally. So yes, I wanted a little bit of something in the barn itself to show that it was a working barn, etc. So what we might do is something like this. This is a little bit out of scale, so I may have to make another one. But we're going to put a little barrel or something like that inside the barn, like so. And what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to find a few bits and pieces in which I can use, for example, tools that may have been found in a barn, sort of lying around, etc. But yeah, that's the general idea. As I say, I think this barrel is a little bit oversized because it literally is the same size as the man sitting down. So unfortunately, I will get that sorted. So yeah, so there is our build so far. We are very close to finishing, and we're just going to get some extra detail done here. Just going to have a quick look on the chat, just keep up to date with that. Lewis just saying there he's already stuck his thumb up James. Thank you very much, Lewis. That's wonderful. Thomas Charles saying, have you put in sexy blue lights in your desk? I have actually. You possibly noticed. Yeah, I have actually put some LED lights just underneath the little shelving I've got here, just above the desk. They are multicolored, so I can have different colors on whenever I want. I don't even have a disco if I want, because that's how sad I am. But there you go. Yeah, so yes, I have. Is your answer. Junkworks is in. Good morning, all. Good morning, Junkworks. Hope you're well. Nim said if I had time, I'd make a Turim. Okay, cool. And that would be for the sea build. Oh. Find time, Nim. Find time. It'd be cool. I like the idea of that. Obviously, Lewis saying there. Good morning, Scott. Morning, as we've done. Connorman Studios is saying, what time is it when everybody is at? What country? 6:06 in Tampa, Florida. Yeah, so Connorman's just asking, where are you from? Good question to ask everybody. I like that. And what time is it where you are now? So 6. I shouldn't. That's 6 in the morning. Connorman, there's dedication for you. Thank you. And Nim's just saying, I'm north of you, same time zone. Dave Skelly, morning all. Morning, Dave, you all right? Thanks for joining us. I'm in the UK, in the southern half, just above London, and it obviously is 10 minutes past 9. 10 minutes past 9? What the zone? No, I am 10 minutes past 11 for me. So yeah, join in, put up the timing where you are in the world. That's always good to know. Sorry, a little slurp of coffee, a bit rude of me. Right, so what am I going to be doing? So I've got a few bits and pieces here I've got to paint up for our soldier, because I haven't painted them up yet. I'll do those in a minute or two. They're not very exciting. But what I want to do is I want to take one of these helmets off and add a little bit of strapping, etc. in it. But I just noticed I'm going to have to do a bit of carving as well. So, yeah, that's going to be a bit more fun than I expected. But we'll give it a go. Why not? Because what I want to try and do is I want to have this helmet, instead of sitting on its so it's on its bottom, so it's just that I want to make it a little bit more exciting than that. So what are we going to do to do that? So ready this morning, so ready. I've had loads of time, and what I wanted to do I can't do because it isn't quite ready, unfortunately. But anyway, right, so while I'm just digging out some tools, he says I'm going to dig out some tools. While I'm digging out some tools, future builds. Right, so what's the plan, James? Tell us what the plan is. So there isn't as such a plan from me. There are a couple of options in which I'd like your opinion. So I have got to do. We have our Huey, a 1/35th Huey that's in a tree diorama. I've got to do some foliage for that, and I was thinking that what I would do it's not the super exciting thing in itself, but what I thought I would do is I would do a little bit of photo etch foliage, painting the foliage with you so you could see quite how I got it. Now I've not done that before, so it would all be live. It would all be you seeing how I figure it out, basically. So you learning along with me, which is a bit scary, but we'll give it a go. Why not? So that's one thing in which I want to do. I may do that next week. I'm not sure, to be honest. I've also, if you have been following stuff going on and followed my post, I have also purchased a little while ago, but not had it out of the box, a 3D printer. Now, I've been very fortunate in that it's a luxury item, but I printed off a figure. Now, the figure is approximately, all told, about 24 centimeters in height, and it is a futuristic fantasy figure of a goddess, a winged goddess, I think would be the best way of explaining it. Now, obviously, I've got to paint that figure, and I thought it would be reasonably interesting for me to do that live. God help me, because obviously I with that particular figure, I want to not do the usual skin tones, so I'm going to go for a fantasy sort of skin tone, and this figure has wings, so that obviously is a dragony sort of feel to the figure, in which I need to achieve the wings. So let me explain a little further. These are the said wings, of which we've printed. I've obviously paste coated them with a primer, and here is the said figure. So what I'm thinking is maybe you'd like to just join me while I find my way through this task. I'm not a great figure painter in the great scheme of things, but I'm willing to give it a go. So next week, what do you want to see? There are the choices. A little bit of diorama detail, which would be foliage. Or would you like to join me in a journey of painting my first 3D printed figure? Answers on a postcard. No. Yeah, it'd be great if you can give me some feedback. I'd appreciate it. Because obviously it's difficult to know quite what to do, because I don't want to do the same as everybody else. I want to do something just a little bit different. So today, as I said, we are just doing a detail to our diorama. Right, there we go. I'll do a little bit of a sanding of that in a second. Let's quickly have a quick look at the chat, make sure we're up to date. Okay, so following along the theme from Quino Man, asking where you are and what time it is, etc. We have Lewis at Wainfleet near Skegness, 11:10. So obviously UK time. Thomas Charles, UK, near Cambridge, and it's cup of tea time. You're absolutely right, it is. Scaly Models, he's in Cheshire at 11:13 a.m. That's in the UK, obviously. Let's just check, make sure we keep up with everybody. That's everybody that's put on there so far. Then we're talking about obviously what to do next, and model making truckers and photo etch. Yeah, you are a fan of photo etch, right? He's also saying that Nat's cooking again. I can smell burning. Oh. Boom goes the pan across his head. Quino Man saying also making a jungle foliage. You can get that green garden tape with some wire, and you can put two pieces on the wire face to face, and then cut out the following shape, and then paint them. Yes, yeah, it's definitely one way in which you can do it. I've done some different ways, but we can go over that at some stage. Nim says, as for skin tones, if you want her to be a benevolent goddess, you could go with gold and brass. For evil, red, blue, or green would look cool. Yes. I think you know where I'm going to go with that. I have a good idea of what I'd like to do. I'm probably heading for the more evil look, I think. Yes. Mark was just saying, which one do you secretly want to do, James? That's a good question, actually, Malcolm. I don't actually know. To be honest, I want to finish. I don't need to, but I want to finish the Huey diorama because it'd be nice to finish some things off. I also have my doc scene, which is part of my diorama for the diorama group build for Model Officers Mess, which I've got to tackle water at some stage. So that's another choice, actually, really, I suppose, is that I could do the water effect. That could be quite fun, actually. So, yeah, another option. So, for me personally, I haven't really got a want. Is that the right word? I haven't got a favourite of the options. So, yeah, I'd be happy to do any of them, to be honest. We're gonna finish up this diorama with this detail bits pieces this week. I'm gonna finish this diorama off with the bits and pieces and post it up, and then that's done. So this is really the last episode to do with the horse cart. I've got a couple of ideas in which I'd like to do with the same size base So this size base. I've got a couple of other bits and pieces I'd like to do with that. So I'd like to do different effects with the base. So do a concentration on the base. But I know what I'm going to do with that, and that's not right this second. So yeah. So yeah, I just thought it'd be nice to give you a bit of choice, really. See what goes on. Let's catch up with the chat. Nicola? Who's Nicola? Jacqueline Stevens, 11:16 in Stompton, West Sussex in the UK. Malcolm is 11:16 at Leafy, Berkshire. Bob Smurf is with us. Come on, there you go. 11:18 in sunny Kent. Junkworks is 11:18 in the Orkney Islands. That's up in the north part of the UK. I think we could say UK, although it is part of Scotland, really. Plastic Monkeys in the house saying good morning, all. Morning, Plastic. How devil are you? Ian Douthwaite is in the house saying good morning. Ian, how are you? How are things going with you? Good to see you about. I hope you're well. Then obviously Plastic Monkeys just making a comment. Oh, water effects, that'd be good. Yes, we will cover that definitely. That will be done, I would think, in 4 weeks or so, I'm guessing, because then that would lead us nicely into our sea warfare build. So that might be useful for people then. What else we got? We've got Dave just saying it's currently 11:21 in Brompton, Cambridgeshire. Yeah, that was a good shout. It's nice to know where everybody is. So that's cool. Anyway, so let's get back to my helmet. What we're going to do is we're going to try and show you exactly what I'm doing. So here, what I've not done actually, I've just realised is I haven't changed my background, have I? Thomas, why didn't you remind me? Anyway, it's working at the moment. So yeah, so what we've done is just carved out the helmet a little bit. I'm going to leave the rest in there because there was a little bit of a liner in there in the helmets. But all I really want to do is I just want to add a little strap, like chin strap, if you like. And as usual, you pick it up and you go, oh no, I didn't do that bit. I left that bit off. So what I'm using here is a modelling chisel. Great little tool to pick up. It's one of those things that you look at and you think, oh, I'll never use it. There's no point in me buying it. And once you've got it, you use it very rarely. But wow, it really is a bonus to have. Right. Okay, so what we're going to do, he says, what are we going to do? All right, cool, yes. So what we're going to do, and I'll leave that for 2 seconds. What I also want to take off our sprue is our little machine gun. Now, being super organised, one thing I didn't check was I wanted to double check the strap, what sort of strap it had. I'm not sure it did have a strap, so we'll leave that for the minute. There's a rifle there that I want to do, so we'll take the rifle off because I know that had a strap. Although I must be honest, the rifle itself looks a bit strange for a German rifle, but that's all right. So what I want to do today is I'm literally just going to show you how I go about putting some extra detail onto our rifle. Oh, is that gonna? It's not helping me. I think what we're going to do, just bear with me 1 second. I should have done this before. I do apologise. I'm just going to very quickly change our top here. Otherwise, that's going to drive me nuts. How naughty. Typical Sunday. We were saying only today, weren't we, Malcolm, how easy it is to get ready for the day. And then you forget something. Something basic, something simple. Look at that. That's better, isn't it? He says, luckily, it's easy to do. So that should help us when we are trying to focus on our little piece here. He says, trying to multitask with 3 different hands. There you go. So that's our rifle. And that's our helmet just there. Right, cool. So what we're going to do is we are going to use some of these. Now, these are PE buckle and straps. And they can be used in all sorts of ways. So yeah, that's going to be quite cool. And you buy them. One of the things in which you buy and you think to yourself, yeah, I must be mad. But they do actually create a really good, oh, come on, a really good extra detail. Oh, what is going on this morning? All over the place, James. So obviously one of the things we can do next week is we can make sure we are organised to prevent all this. Which is always good to make sure you do that. What we'll do is we will. I can't believe how unorganised I am. This is awful. Awful, James. Awful. Right, so let me just not let the chat get away from me too much. Junkworks is just saying they're closer to Norway than me in the UK. Yeah, the Orkney Isles, yes. Plastic Monkey saying it's raining in Exmoor. So he's in Exmoor in the UK. Lewis just saying that says I need modelling chisels. I'm not sure you do. Oh, good shout out there. Junkworks just saying have a look at jeweler engraving tools, Lewis. Yes, yeah, they're very good as well. The kind of man that's asking me is the figure of 1/35 or 54 mil. Which figure do you mean? Do you mean the one I printed? If that's so, it's not. There isn't a scale as such. It's just the size I printed out. I was just greedy and printed it as big as I could. Because it's not going to go with anything specifically that. Yeah, it's not going to go with anything specific, so it's going to be by itself. So it didn't really matter. Nim was just saying there is a Toon squishy version of HMS Hood. Puts in Amazon cart Tuesday. Can't come quicker. That's cool. Well, you got weeks to go yet, Nim. So yeah, that'd be cool. I like the idea of that. John was just saying, go and have a look at Cookson's Gold, Lewis. Lots of jewelers' tools are great for PE. Yeah, absolutely. Ian Ian Douthwaite is saying in Greystoke on the edge of the Lake District, home for Tarzan. Ooh. And Thomas Charles says Cookson I recommend for jewelers' tools. Yes. Yeah, these particular chisels I picked up were just happened to be something I saw and picked up. That's all. But yes, I do like a good tool. I know I'm going to get in trouble for that statement, but hey, it doesn't matter. I shall rise above it. Right, so what I wanted to do was, what is it I wanted to do? Oh, that's right, yes, we were doing that, weren't we? Okay, so we need a scrapple. Because I tidied up, I don't know where it is now. So we want a scalpel, and we want, what do we want? What do we want? We want, oh, jump out at me, why don't you? Right, one of those. You just know the carpet monsters. I can hear the carpet monster right now going rum, 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 getting ready. I can feel my dinner being prepared. Right, one of those, and we're going to have a second one of those. I'm being all big and brave. I'm cutting them all out, what I want and what I need. I must be insane. Oh, I say. What is the one you want? You never find. Oh, that'll be that one there, I guess. There we go. So what have you got planned for your Sunday? What have you got on the bench? Are you just going to watch everybody else today, or have you got plans of certain things you want to get done? I have got to go and play in the garden today for my good lady. Otherwise I'll be in trouble. We have a great number of flowers to find new homes for. So there we go. So we've got our little buckles, etc. going. I'm going to So what we're going to do is I'm going to use a little bit of masking tape to do this. Madness, I hear you say madness. I'm going to use some of that for some of the stuff we're doing. I also, let's get that ready, because that I will probably be using for our strap on our helmet. We've got that's the way we use that. So actually we've got some more straps here. What we're gonna pick up. I do hope you haven't fallen asleep yet. Now, the one thing I haven't learned with PE, and we do have a PE guru or two in the chat, is how to cut them off in a way you don't get all the little bits. You know what I mean? The little sharp bits that cut you. And how do you sand that down? The only way I've found is by using a sharp knife and running along the edge, like I'm doing. But it's not perfect by any means. Right, there we go. So this is our first strap. What are we going to do first? We are going to be absolutely crazy. What can go wrong, eh? What can go wrong? Nothing, James. Nothing. We've got complete faith that you're not going to muck this up. Fools, I tell you. Fools. Have I got the right diameter to go into this buckle? I wonder. Yes, is the answer. I have. Oh. So, what we're going to do is we're now going to bring this back around on itself. Hopefully. Actually, no, stop. Stop, James, because you've done this before. No, that's right. Yeah, that's fine. It's all right. I remember last time I did this, I mucked it up and couldn't remember how to do it. Right, so we're just going to bend this over and try. There we go. Very carefully. Uh-oh. How are we doing focus-wise, guys? I'm really sorry. I'm concentrating so much on what I'm doing. I'm not really concentrating on what you're seeing. How's that? Is that better? Oh, he says. Yeah, that should do it. I'm just pulling a strap through. Hopefully, it's almost there. I can feel it. There we go. Come on. Very fine detail. Oh. You just see that little buckle on there. Hopefully you can see that. So we just threaded that. What we need to do now is put that through this. So this little piece here, which you can barely see. Oh, you know what? You know what I need? I need a director. Because trying to focus, and let's try autofocus, see if that works. I don't think it will with all the stuff on the background. That's the problem. No, it won't. So anyway, we're going to put our next buckle on anyway. This one here. I'm going to put that onto that there. Threading of the needle and all that. Oh, I've done that wrong way around. Try that again. Might do it that time. That's a shame, isn't it? Because that went in quite nicely. And then I realised I'd done it wrong. I'm just going to push that up there. And hopefully, with everything being equal, there we go. Like so. That bit goes onto there. And then we should have another one just here. Which this time we're going to have to thread from the long end. Very little to grip on. So anyway, I'm busy concentrating, very difficult here. So forgive me, I do apologise. What did we think? What did we think for the next subject in which you want me to cover? Obviously, as I said, I'm going to cover the water at some point. That's a definite. So don't worry about that too much. I think I've got it where I want it. Shall we do the figure? Shall we do the foliage? What do you think? Let me know. So that's handy that actually went wrong a little bit there, because I've actually got that on. I got it on the right way or the wrong way? Like so. Well, I'm very pleased. This seems to have gone very well with the photo etch, which is highly unusual for me, but that's good. These are a great little detail to add. A little time consuming, but they're worth the effort, definitely. And oh, it's coming. It's coming. Right, so there you go. That is our come on. There we go. That is our rifle strap. Very fiddly, but worth the effort. And then go on to our rifle. In a moment, we'll put that on. Now, what I wanted to do was I wanted to make a little strap to go onto our helmet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use one of the buckles here. Oh, come on. There we go. Sorry, I've gone really quiet. I do apologise. I just can't talk with my tongue hanging out. Have I done that right or wrong? I don't know. I think so. I don't know. No, I haven't. It didn't go through, unfortunately. Right, so quickly. Come on. As a very famous film or character in a film once said, it's kicking my ass. Oh. Come on. One thing to do with PE is never, ever suggest to the PE that it's going really well, because it's straight away start fighting you. It's like making a statement saying that your children are always well behaved. The moment you make that statement, they will find a way to show you that that's not quite true. There we go. So there we go. And what we're going to do is that on autofocus or right. So hopefully you'll be able to see that. So that is our no. Right, put that there. I had this all set up in a way in which it shouldn't have given me any problems at all. But as you can see, it's gonna. So here, there we go. There we go. You can just see the buckle there. Now what we're going to do is we'll cut that a little bit, and we'll have that hanging out of said helmet. Like, focus, please, focus. Like so. Anyway, so there you go. We will do that now. I'm just going to double check on the chat. I don't think this is working very well today for you to be able to see, if I'm honest. Tell me what you think in the chat. Let's have a quick look, see what's going on in the chat. You're obviously talking amongst yourselves. All right. So, Quantum Man was asking the size of the figures. The figures in the scene with the cart is 1/35. So yeah, that's those. So Lewis today is going to be putting his base colours on his Sherman, done ready for Tuesday. Then that's he can take that with him Tuesday. Then it's to do some sanding on the turpits and try and do some filming. Ooh. Ian's at the bench, kitchen bench, homemade lemon meringue pie to have after his evening's roast beef. Oh, lovely. Nim is just saying, still working on the same kit as always. Just finished my latest video, and around lunchtime here, I will be playing D&D. Just for the hell of it. Why not? Why has this all gone slow all of a sudden? Oh, there we go. Quanaman saying we're having our Labour Day get-together with family only. A little swimming, a little eating. Yes, or doing an A-Day earlier. Oh, cool. Happy Labour's Day. Dave's there. He says, yeah, on my bench today, I've got two World War I figures from Tommy's War, depicting the Christmas truce in 1914. Today I will progress on these, wife willing. Yeah, they're beautiful figures from Tommy's War. Really, really beautiful figures. Morning all from Mark Ewan. Morning all you lovely people. Just a shout out. It's busy this morning. Hopefully I'll be at the bench later on this afternoon. For PE, I use Tamiya metal file. They come in a pack of 3. Yeah, I've got some metal files, but they're not great. Oh, sorry. We've got Joe saying good morning, at least for me. Yeah, good morning, Joe. And Joe is it's too early, my time, to work or even think of working with sharp instruments. Yeah, it's nice and early where you are, Joe. And Joe, your detailing your build that you've been making is just phenomenal. Yeah, just amazing. Thomas, give me a shout out saying about focus, buddy. Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's difficult, and I do apologise. Joe's just saying photo etch is too complicated for him. Bearing in mind what you've been doing with your Spitfire, yeah, I can imagine. Lewis saying, how are you getting on with it? He's doing very well, actually. He does. Joe does stay away, try to stay away from PE, but yeah, you've done so much with that Spitfire that I think you yeah, just crazy. Anyway, so yeah, there we go. We're all up to date with the chat. So yes, I think for me the problem here is that what I'm trying to show you is so small that obviously I'm struggling to be able to show you, and you're struggling to be able to see it. So we need to possibly have a little bit of a rethink, maybe, on quite how we're approaching it. There we go. That's what we're for. Sorry. So I'm just going to glue these to our. Come on. It's so thin I can't pick it up. What do I do with that? So we're just going to put a little dab of glue on this PE and make sure that it is secure. Like so. What I'll do is I will put some pictures up in the mess of this once it's finished. Oh, come on. So you can see exactly what we've been trying to squint at all morning. I think part of the problem for me here as well is that obviously this is my hobby, so it's not professional. I'm trying to be as professional as I can with what you see and how you see it, but I may need to invest, I think, in maybe another camera. So I can pre-set up some of these bits and pieces to make it easier. Oh, come on. Otherwise, you're not going to appreciate what we're doing or be able to follow what I'm doing. And that's my concern, really. I'd never... rat bags. I never would intentionally do this in a way in which it's just taking you guys for granted. So I want to try and make sure that what we do is the best we can do. Does that make sense? And now this is kicking me even more. Yep, this is not going well. Okay, we'll go full Monty in that case. What can go wrong, they said. Make a model, they said. And this is why I don't like PE, is because it's a pain. It's just not having it, is it? If I put much more super glue on it, it will be a super glue gun. I'm just not happy with that at all. Come on. You know you want to, and you know you can. So don't muck about and just do what I'm asking. I can see people crying. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, this is such a small piece. And it's going to kick my backside. No. No. It's seriously not helping me. I think the other thing as well, I was thinking about this the other day and talking to, who was I talking about? Talking about one of the other guys that do live streams. And when you're by yourself, it's really difficult to be concentrating on this and also the chat and, to keep things moving along nicely. It's really quite difficult. So one of the things that, one of the things that StreamYard have actually got now is that you can have a producer. So I think I may try and persuade somebody to join me so they can read out the chat while I'm doing stuff and all that sort of stuff, maybe. Don't know. What do you think? Would that be helpful? Would you find that helpful? I'm fairly certain most people would, if I'm honest. Now this strap I may have made this strap just a little bit too long, but that's okay. I'd rather it be longer than it should be than too short. So now go where I want you to go and stop mucking about. Bear with me just 2 seconds and I will show you. Ha! Isn't that typical? You rat bag. Right, cool. Okay, well we may have had a bit of luck there actually. And we have. Excellent. Okay, so what we do then is we will take advantage of that. We've managed to get our strap so it's not quite as long, because the bit that I tried to use to glue it down has not worked very well. So that's good. It's a bonus. Do you know, I thought this would be so much easier than it's actually turned out to be. Surprise, surprise. But hey, that's all right. That doesn't matter. Right, so we'll just tidy this up. There we go. Bear with me, almost at a point where I can actually show you what I'm doing. Unless it carries on fighting me, which it probably will. Right, come on. Oh dear, oh dear. Thank you so much for your patience. Makes all the difference. Right, okay, so we are just going to try again to glue our strap into position. Unless it fights me, which it is, of course. And there we go. That's why I don't like PE, because as soon as you start mucking about with it, the stuff just comes off when you don't want it to. What is it they say? Fudge sticks and broom handles or whatever it is. Yeah, there's a little bit of that going to be happening in a minute, I can see. There we go. That's one part. I don't love PE, Lewis. I do not love PE. And there are times like this that I think, why on earth did you start this idea? You silly, silly, silly boy. And then I remember it was all Lewis's fault to start with. He dared me. Don't remember that, do you, Lewis? Don't remember daring me. But it was you. It was your fault. Honest. Can't blame someone. Oh, come on. Stop being annoying. See, if I thought about it, what I could have done is I could have had this already done and gone, there you go, that's how I make it. And this is what it looks like when it's stuck on. But oh no. Oh no, James, we'll do it live. It's all right. What could possibly go wrong? This is what could go wrong. Not what could go wrong, it is what has gone wrong. Right, okay. Now then, last little bit. Try again. I've got to be super quick. And there it is. We're going to put a little bit of the glue on our strap. Sorry guys, I appreciate this is probably... Make a video, James, don't do it live. So, this is our finished article. Let's get it out of that, put it on that. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some focus on that. Now, obviously, its positioning isn't 100% right, and I've left it like that on purpose. To let the glue settle, but also because I'm going to paint that gun, and then I will manipulate the PE so it's hanging down or whatever I want it to do. So that's that part. We're going to quickly do our little strap in the helmet. Because that is nice and easy to do, he says. Can you help me? Uh-oh. Note to self, self to note. Oh, you little rat bag. Mumble, mumble, apple crumble, sweetness, pudding and pie. Oh. Yes, not going well, is it? Right, I'm just going to do this last bit. And then we're going to have a little bit of a chat about what we're going to do next week. And then we'll be ending our live stream. There we go. That bit's gone in. And we're going to get that bit there. So again, there we go. Let's check that focus. Check that focus, James. It's not focus head. Oh, you are so annoying, Mr. Focus. Wouldn't it be easy if I just had like a camera that was permanently at the right focus for everything I wanted it to do? But there you go. Look, we've got our strap in our helmet. Again, the position isn't 100% correct. I will manipulate that once that's painted. But it gives a little bit of extra detail to our items on... Let's put that on there, shall we? Items to go on our diorama. Like so. And do you know there's an app for this? Some very nice man introduced me to it. But anyway, you can see, I'll take some pictures I'm sorry that's not brilliant. I appreciate that. But yeah, so what have we learned today? We've learned that PE is not great. It's a bit of a pain in the backside. We've also learned that James needs to buy a third camera and have it constantly in the right focus. And maybe small ice like this is not good to do on live feed. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, one of actually I was thinking about was you can like a really almost like a magnifying glass effect magnifier. What the hell? Apparently I was mute. I don't know how long I've been mute for. I'm really sorry. What that was all about, I have no idea. So Steve's just saying that he's been doing some pictures. Please tell me I've not been mute for like ages. That would be really annoying. Lewis just give me a tip there. Here's a tip for using PE. Wear an apron tucked under your cutting board. And if you drop a bit, the apron will catch it. Absolutely. Very good. And Totally Scam, I was just saying, just about a minute, James, quiet. Yeah, so I've obviously muted myself while I was going through all those bits and pieces. So I do apologise. Let's go through them. Thomas Charles just said, as I said earlier, he's got a note from his mum to excuse him from PE. And was saying I was doing a good job. Thank you very much. Quantum was saying maybe you need another camera angle with a micro lens so you can see the close-ups. Yeah. Yeah, I think I need to invest in something just to help myself, really, if I'm going to do these sort of things live. So anyway, it's 12:13. Didn't that time fly? Thank you for watching me. I'm going to put you back onto that angle. That way you don't need a close-up, thankfully, of that. Yes, so quite a man saying hi all. I thought you were in already for a while. You must have gone there and come back. Anyway, so yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to just finishing off the last little bit of detail for our little diorama. There's going to be a couple of guns, a helmet, etc., lying about. And I'm just literally throwing them on there right now, just to give you a rough idea of the sort of thing I'm thinking of. And we'll change back cameras to let you see what I mean. So I've literally just thrown on the helmet there. But that's the sort of thing, like this sort of effect I want. And obviously lean up against our cart is, he says, here we go. Lean up against the cart is our machine gun with a strap, etc. So that's the effect I want to do. I just want to put a couple of items around our casualty, just to show that, you know, he's been there for a little while. He's had to discard some of his equipment and etc. While they try and figure out what's wrong with him and if they can help him, etc. So yeah, those sort of things I'm going to be doing. Let's have a quick 5 minutes. Yes, have a quick 5 minutes with you face to face, and then we'll call it quits for today. So what do you think about next week? About the things maybe there's something you want to see me do. The choices are water, which we will do at some point anyway. Foliage for a diorama for the helicopter, which is in here, to get that finished off. Or would you like me to paint the figure that I've printed? Trying different skin tones, etc. And you joining me in that journey, because I've not done anything like that before. I've also got, with that figure, I've also got a little dragon's head that's got to go with it as well. So yeah, let me know. Leave me a message, send me a message, leave me a comment, tell me what you think, and we'll go from there. As I say, I will be doing the water effect on the dock at some point. That I'd probably prefer to do that in a couple of weeks' time, when we're into our Sea Warfare build that starts next month. So there you go. I think that's going to be about it for today. There's 26 of you watching. Thank you very much. Please make sure you do the thumbs up for our YouTube channel, and all the reasons for that. You know those reasons. I don't have to bore you with them. Yeah. Let me know what you think. I look forward to being with you next week, and hopefully onto a whole new different project. And let's see what we can do. Until then, have a great Sunday, and make sure you do some modelling. Make sure you remember to tune in to Festa, who's going to be after this at 12:30. And then you've got Fox, who's on as well. And I think Chris or Ted, or maybe both, will be up and about as well. So until next week, thank you very much for being with me. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.